Cassie, and today I need to find my top chef at my new calculus-themed restaurant. Let's meet our contestants.
Hey y'all, I'm Binomial Betsy and I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. I'm here all because of my kitties. I love them, I'm a cat mom. I'm doing this for my kitties. Their names are Missy and George, and I'm really just hoping to win this prize money so I can get them a lifetime supply of Friskies.
Hi everyone, my name is Cassidy Concavity, and I grew up in a family of potato farmers in rural Idaho. That made me want to become a chef so that I can prove to everyone around me that I am not just French fries.
My name is Danny Derivative, and I'm from Birmingham, England, and I will be the next Ramon Ramsey.
Today, I need to test my contestants on their calculus knowledge and their ability to act under pressure. So I have come up with a problem to find the amount of guests in the restaurant 3 hours after opening.
Here we have two equations that represent the number of guests in Hall's Kitchen. Firstly, we have E of t representing the number of guests entering the restaurant, and then we have L of t representing the number of guests leaving the restaurant. So on the board, we're taking the integral from 0 to 3 of E of t, and we are setting this up using the first fundamental theorem, and we find the total number of people who entered the restaurant from 0 to 3 hours by doing this. Now the total number of guests who have left the restaurant 3 hours after opening is being written on the board. Since guests are starting to leave at the first hour after opening, the integral from 1 to 3 of L of t represents the total number of guests who have left the restaurant. To find the total number of guests in the restaurant 3 hours after opening, we have to account for the number of guests who have left and the number of guests who have entered. That would look like setting up an equation that takes the total number of guests who have left the restaurant and subtracting that from the total number of guests who have entered the restaurant 3 hours after the restaurant opens. And the equation that has just been written on the board represents the total number of guests in Hall's Kitchen 3 hours after it opened. And don't forget the dt after the integral. And now we're using a calculator to find this answer just because we feel like it. After doing these quick calculations, you should arrive at 611 people 3 hours after opening as your answer.
Next, I'm going to test our contestants on their finest dish that they can provide to my new calculus-themed restaurant, starting now.
Today, I'm choosing to make my finest delicacy. My kitties love this one, crescent rolls.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm just unrolling my crescents out of this beautifully manufactured package. Ready? Pop, there they go. I wasn't Southern.
Chef, what are you doing? This is boring.
What?
Come on, I need spice in my
kitties
restaurant.
love these.
I don't care about your kitties. Find a new, better recipe.
Chef Ramsay didn't like what I was making, so I decided to add some flavor into my croissants with some chocolate chips. Sounds like cat treats.
Today, I'm making some pizza! Oh, my finger went through it.
Cassie Concavity is having a bit of trouble.
PSA, no germs here. Perfect. Now that my rolls are ready, I'm gonna pop these in the oven at a brisk 425 degrees. Here they go. Don't touch it, it's hot.
Why is the shape of your pizza a lumpy cardioid? Oh, it is perfectly circled.
I'm sorry, I'm trying! Now that I'm thinking about it, since this pizza dough is basically a cylinder, I wonder at what rate the area of the top of the pizza is changing as I throw it in the air. At time t equals 1, where t is measured in minutes, the height of the pizza is 1/2 inch, and the radius is 4 inches, and the radius is increasing at a rate of 3/2 inches per minute. At what rate is the area of the top of the pizza changing? So we're going to find the derivative of the area of a circle in terms of t, which is 2 pi r dr dt. And we're going to plug in the values given from the problem, which is 2 pi times 4 times 3/2, which is 37.699 inches squared per minute. And that is how fast the area of the top of the pizza is changing at time t equals 1.
It's okay. It's just gonna be a little bit of a lumpy pizza.
Today, I will be making the most exquisite British chips. What do you think you're doing?
We'll be back after a
Where's your
brief commercial.
food?
My food is in the oven.
No, it's not.
Betsy?
Yeah.
Binomial Betsy?
So far, I don't know if these contestants have what it takes to be a top chef at one of my Remon Ramsey's restaurants. They are all idiot sandwiches. No, chips.
British chips.
I'm trying to open the cheese and it just is stuck in the package.
That's a lot of cheese. That is looking like a lot of cheese. I don't know about this. I'm lactose intolerant.
Ramsey.
Looking beautiful and golden in there, just like my first cat, Cinnamon. My timer just went off, so it's time for me to check on these little buns in the oven. Looking nice and crispy to me. Just like what happened then when they cremated my gingerbread. R.I.P. Let's take these babies out. If that doesn't win me this competition, I don't know what will.
I have no idea what Cassidy Concavity was thinking, putting the pizza in with no tray. There's a big hole in the center, and I know this girl is an idiot sandwich.
Okay, ready? Oh no. Okay, ready? Like, I'll just like, oh my god.
Cassidy Concavity, what have you done? Why is Binomial Betsy helping you?
Even in competition, we have to be compassionate towards our competitors, especially when they're failing.
I will be putting my British chips into the oven. Watch and learn how the master chef does it. That's how it's done. I've been there all day.
Okay, Ariana.
I've been there all night. 'Cause I got me looking side to side.
I guess Daddy Derivative likes singing Ariana Grande while he waits for his food to cook.
Something about you makes me feel like a dangerous woman. Something about you. Currently, my potatoes are cooking with steam. Take this, Potato Head! I wonder what the speed of the potato that I threw at Miss Potato Head was. At t equals...
pi over 6. So we're given the parametric equations of x of t equals 4 cosine of t minus 1, and y of t equals 3 sine of t plus 1. So to find the speed of the potato, the first step would be taking the first derivative of both equations, which will be helpful. So what's being written on the board is the equation that we will be using to find parametric speed. Simply, the equation is just the square root of x prime of t squared plus y prime of t squared. So all we need to do is to simply plug in our values for this equation, for t equals pi over 6. So this is our equation now that we have plugged in all of our values. And now Danny Derivative will be using a calculator to find the answer to our problem. After doing some quick calculations in the calculator, you should arrive at 3.279 as your speed.
These are the most exquisite chips. Here I have smoky barbecue aioli. I am putting this onto my exquisite chips.
Before I serve these to Remon Ramsey, I need to calculate the volume of this croissant right there to make sure that it's sufficient enough for his taste buds.
So for this problem, we're going to be finding the volume of a croissant using semicircular cross sections perpendicular to the x-axis, using those two given equations. The two equations bound to the area of the base of the croissant. So the first step is to write the area of a semicircle formula, which is a equals 1/2 pi r squared. Next step is to find the r value of that equation, which is 1/2 times the distance from the top curve to the bottom curve. And all that is equivalent to 1/2 times the quantity, negative 1/12 x squared plus 3. Next, we have to find the intersections, the two intersecting points of those two curves to know how wide to make the integral. So to do that, we set the two equations equal to each other and solve. And then when you solve that, you get x equals plus or minus 6. And to find the y value, I just plugged it back into one of those original equations. And they both come out to be 0. The next step is to write our integral to find the volume. So the basic formula for that is the integral from a to b of the area of the cross-section. Then, plugging in those values, we get the integral from negative 6 to 6 of the quantity pi over 2 times the quantity 1/2 negative 1/12 x squared plus 3 all squared. The next step is to simplify that. So once we square the value inside, we get 1/4 times pi over 2, which results in pi over 8, which is a constant, so it can be pulled out of the integral. So the final equation is pi over 8 times the integral of negative 6 to 6 of the quantity negative 1/12 x squared plus 3 squared. Then to solve, I plugged it into my calculator and got 22.619. And in this case, the units are centimeters cubed. It's time for our host, Remon Ramsey, to judge each of the contestants' dishes and decide which one reigns superior. First up, we have Cassidy Concavities. Something like pizza.
First of all, I would like to just mention the shape of this pizza. I have no idea what's going on here. It's looking lumpy. Look at the bottom of this. But I will test it nonetheless. Taste is okay. It's a little doughy. And it's a little bland. I would like to add some more seasoning if we could next time. Now I'm gonna clear the palate.
Next up, we have Danny Derivatives chips with funky looking aioli.
These are looking a little raw, but I feel like they will be sufficient enough. I also don't like the messy serving. Makes up for the lack of creativity on this plate. These are some good sweet potato fries. Today's winner, after careful consideration, was Danny Derivative.
Yeah! I thank you so much. Yes. My name is Danny Derivative. Stop laughing.
Hi, sweet tea, I love you. Mom is doing this just for you.
I don't know how to
Oh.
make peach. I don't know how to. You're doing.
Okay, so
Danny Derivative, get out of the shot.
Make it into a ball, put it in the flour first. That was good!
Wait, shucks. I don't think I was recording.
Okay. I hate my character so much. If I met this person, I would punch them in the face.
No, chips.
British chips. Most Americans call them French fries.
Here's my favorite kitty. I call her Sweet Tea. She sleeps with me at night. Hi there. We are having a slight disaster. It's smelling a little crispy.
It's just the flour. It's just the flour.
Putting a tray in for safety.
We're ignoring it.
We're ignoring it.
Yeah.
What a disaster! It's looking a little drippy. Uh-oh. There are literal holes in the pizza.
Let's find the rate at which the cheese is falling onto the pan.
Just kidding, we don't want to do more math problems. Here, folks, we have an Exhibit 1. It's like Niagara Falls, but I call it Tomato Falls. That's what happens when little Georgie jumps on the counter into my tomato bowl.
Gravity Falls.
It looks like a cloud with a bunch of rain coming out of it.
Kind of satisfying.
This is so funny.
Me when I... Oh, it's gonna fall.
It's like goat yoga, but like cat yoga.
It's like cat Pilates. How do you feel?
I feel great.
My kitty did that so I would disable my opponents.
What if it pees on you?